there more to accessibility testing than simply checking conformance to some independent guidelines?
Yes. Damn straight there is. No, yeah, of course there is. I mean, we know. I think everybody knows to a degree that there is. That you've got to. At the end of the day, we touched on this before. This is about accessibility. Is about users, about people. At the end of the day, there's people behind those accessibility requirements. So the conformant. If you're literally just looking at the conformance and saying, "Are we conforming?" and not understanding what is behind that and understanding the people involved in that, then it can be challenging to really. To understand the value of those things. And if you're not understanding the value straight away, you're going down that route of, are we really going to fix this stuff if we don't understand the value? Are we fixing it for the right reasons? Are we building these things in for the right reasons? Are we changing these things for the right reasons? So you've really got to, I think you've got to understand, before you go down the route of looking at conformance is a quick way of telling you that you've hit some of the key indicators. But if you don't understand what's behind that, then you don't. How do you know where you're going to go next? How do you know how valuable those things are? How valuable those things that you're changing are, or those things that you're fixing are? You've got to really. You've got to really understand the context of what those conformance checks are doing, because all of them have got context behind them. They apply to. They don't. It's difficult to create a list of things and say go and follow these things when you're talking about things like accessibility, because, like I said, fixing the accessibility for a visual impairment is going to differ based on the individual. Neurodiversity is a whole wide range of things that could be challenging for somebody, or could be make a difference between accessibility or not accessible. So you've got to think beyond the specific item in the list. It's a good starting point, but it should only ever be a starting point that drives out further understanding.
Right, I like that. So it's not, because we, in software development and particularly in testing, we love a checklist. We love a checklist, don't we?
Yeah.
But it sounds like what you're saying is that there's a danger that you can kind of stop thinking and not apply it to the context that you're in, and then miss stuff for a particular group, because it's not a homogenous group of.
Well, yeah. I mean, a good example is I've been in a company before that literally just went and said, right, yeah, we've hit those, so we're fine. They didn't even give it a second thought. It was literally just, have we hit that checklist? We've hit that checklist, so we don't need to care about it again. The checklist is if you would bring the checklist in and you're not aware that you need to step beyond that, then straight away you're putting yourself into a dangerous position of, we think we're building an accessible product because we're hitting a checklist, rather than we're building an accessible product because it's opening doors and making things easier to use for people. Right, got it. You're taking people out of the heart of the problem. As ever, as we like to do, right? Right, exactly. Awesome. Great question, Ben. Thank you.